Hi everyone, this is Maryann here from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you, wherever you are in the world when you're watching? Huge shout out to you. I did promise a reading on the global economy. I got halfway through that and I lost the reading. So I'm just going to recap a little bit on what I picked up in that reading, and then we'll pull some cards. I think that something will emerge in May of this year that it's something to do with cash flow. It could even be to do with now I think about it, you've got the in the US the debt ceiling needs to be raised. There's some we're in for quite a precarious time. Not just in the US, globally. I feel that there are manipulations around the currency. There are, I think it's China, Russia, I think India might be involved. And they're looking at developing a new reserve currency, moving away from using the US dollar. There's it's quite nefarious. Russia wants to create a new world order that moves away from the dominance of the US. We learn something in May. It's like the cat is out of the bag in relation to something, and it demands bold new moves to avert. I'm not going to say meltdown. It's like we're aligned with what occurred in 2008. It's a similar condition. So I think by the time we get to August and September, we're in the throes of a recession. I think some will manage this better than others. Not all will falter and fall. And it's almost like the current way we were doing things. It's like a reset. But let's just pull for the next 6 months. I did do a financial projection before Christmas. I think that took us up to about this time. Let's just take a look. All right, let's just pull some cards and see where we get here. The Eight of Cups looks like loss, walking away. I talked about a whole new financial economic reset. This is what we're in the throes of. Let's take a look. So could I see month by month, please, from April until December, please? April till December, Spirit, for the global economy. How are we going to manage economic downturn? Will there be economic downturn? Show me the global economy from now until December, please. So we have April, King of Cups, so we have control. May, Queen of Pentacles, stability, financial stability or otherwise, and then we get a tightening, as I thought, a tightening of finances, a tightening of the economy. So we get that happening in June. Something to do with the past. It's like the past is coming back to haunt us in a way. August is not a good month. September, we're going to be looking toward relationships with others in some way to weather the storm. October, the Four of Wands. November, the Nine of Cups. And December, the Ten of Pentacles. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of course recovery or some kind of recovery toward the end of the year. Things are worse now than what we thought they were. May, something comes to our attention which we weren't expecting. Perhaps it's the stability of our economies. And in June and July, we start to understand that we are more so in a recession than not. August is a particularly tough month. Looks like it's a bit of a roller coaster. We come up toward the end of the year. And then we get by January, we get something coming to fruition in time and we get a new start. So there is loss there. Some economies will fare better than others, and we have the moon here. This it's like a subterfuge that I feel is occurring right now. The Ten of Cups, the Chariot, and the Four of Swords. Yeah, the household budgets are really, as you know, taking a hit. And it's just Five of Cups, regret and loss. I think we're going to head, I'm just going to make a prediction and we'll draw a Celtic cross. I think we're heading into a recession here in the second half of the year, but it doesn't look like a prolonged thing. It looks that we're going to recover. It's almost like there are too many, and I do see some food shortages in different places, but I think there are too many cards stacked against us to sail through this. We have the shutting down of economies for 2 and 3 years. We have worsening relationships around the world, trade partnerships being upended in the UK and Europe, a lot of resetting taking place. And then, of course, we have the invasion of Ukraine and what has occurred with Russia. And now I think, along with that, it's time for a financial economic reset. We can't continue to do things in the same way that we did before. And there are issues around currency, the reserve currencies, the digitization of our money, and where is that, the certainty around that. And combined with that, we get the rise in cybercrime, cyber hacking warfare, if you like, and I see an undercurrent of bad actors trying to undermine the world economy. That's probably the worst thing I see. It's just too much at this time, and I feel that we will move into some sort of recession mid-year, what would be called our toughest months. We find out something in May, something that makes us move forward with these pretty critical, bold policies. Will it be enough? It looks like there's a recovery toward the end of the year, but it will take some time. This will be felt into the first half of 2024. Let's see, will there be a recession in the second half of the year? Will there be a global recession in the second half of the year? Someone's pointing their arrow down to the ground, not up to the sky. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. It can turn either way. And we get the truth. The truth the truth hitting us about, it's like our luck. It's like our expansion. They're the signifier cards. The truth is crossing our expansion, our Wheel of Fortune. The truth is crossing that. And we have an inevitability that this was always going to happen, given that we've done what we've done. We've turned a blind eye, I feel, in a lot of ways. We have the Ten of Pentacles in the past. That's family, legacies, monies, inheritances, investments, business. In the sky, we have the past. Okay, so it's pretty consistent with what I've seen in the timeline cards. We do have the need for bold plans to try and avert any sort of recession moving into depression. Don't think it gets that far. And we get the Ace of Swords, clarity around just how stable everything is, or should I say unstable. In the hopes and fears, is it strong enough to weather the times that we're in? And we get the outcome card, yes. And it's going to be quick. But we do have the clarified by the first major arcana, which is the Fool card, meaning that next year we move towards some sort of recovery within time. Here we have recovery coming to fruition in time. But there is a need to make different decisions now and to always have this plan B, because I think what's going to unfold will do so very, very quickly. If you don't need to go into more debt, don't go into more debt right now. Now is the time for hunkering down, battering down the hatches, and making sure that all your investments, your savings, everything is in rock solid places. And to do that, you'll need to do your own research and, in a way, be your own best intuitive guide. Because I do think things are going to get pretty rough in the second half of the year. And I hate to say it, but there's just this undermining going on from, I think it's China, Russia. It's like, what is China and Russia's new world order look like? Maybe we should just ask that. And the Republicans in the House, whatever they do will make a difference as well. They might even be the catalyst that brings this whole house of cards down. And in fact, I'll include that question because viewers have asked. First of all, will the House Republicans raise this debt ceiling? Will the House Republicans raise the debt ceiling? I'm getting retreat. Will the House Republicans, yes or no, show me clearly, pass this budget, and raise the debt ceiling in the US? That's May. We're going to likely find out something in May. So we get like which way to go. It's also can be a card of manipulation, and the Chariot card crossing that. They're going to have to move very, very quickly to avert disaster. And we get the Page of Wands. They may ultimately come out and raise it very slightly. The Seven of Pentacles, they're going to have this isn't the time to play political games with the economy. It's a House of Cards situation. Now we have a new plan that's in the sky. Potentially, yes, wish fulfillment. I think they're going to, but is it the delay, the uncertainty that is making matters worse? We have the King of Swords, planning and strategizing, and we get the new starts here. In the hopes and fears, we have the Three of Wands, overseas conditions, what experts are fearing, that it's not just what goes on in the US, it's what's going on around the world. Oh God, they're going to play those games. That's the outcome. The devil is the outcome. Clarified by the Magician, manifestation of toxicity, manipulation, but we also get reliability. So they're going to play these games, and some of those games are going to be quite dangerous. Are dangerous, not will be, are. But it looks like in the end they do. It's just terrible, terrible energy. Sevens, standing their ground, lying. Why? So they can have some kind of sick, twisted victory. Biden will have to cave on some things, but in the end they do raise it, but they do damage, and that's going to happen in May, I think. And they don't understand what it is that they're playing with at this time. That you could think that a responsible government could put anyone into recession. Let's have a look at what part China and Russia are trying to play. China and Russia. Are they looking to... Will their new currency be successful? China, Russia, the Saudis perhaps. Will the new currency that they're trying to establish another reserve or a new reserve currency, will this be successful? Yeah, manifestation, manipulation, and 3 cups lost, 1 cup remaining. We get the 9 of Pentacles. Yes, they are trying to establish this. Queen of Swords in the past to destabilize things. There's a lot of loss and regret and a lot of anxiety around this. So it will be successful in that it will act as a destabilizer. We get relationships, new relationships being formed, and there we have the currency. So they definitely are going to establish this. They want a reset. And they want to bring more money, establish more. Ten of Pentacles is business. It can also be dark money, and yes, they will be successful to a certain extent, but they also succeed in undermining the global economy as well. They certainly want to bring an end to things. The Tower. It's going to impact on the US most of all. This nefariousness. This is what it's designed to do. But the US is a strong country, and I think that, it does recover. It does recover. There's a whole bunch of cards that are stacked against us not going into a recession. So I think a recession is almost... Well, I hope I'm wrong. But there is a recovery. There is a recovery as we move from the end of the year and we start 2024. The shocks will be felt throughout the first half of 2024, but it's not. It seems to me like it's quick coming, and it's also reasonably quick going. And governments now are taking actions and policies to avert the worst. So that's how I see it. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we won't move into a recession in the second part of the year. May is a really critical month, so watch for something being revealed in May, which forces governments to act fairly quickly to ward off the worst of what will occur in or may occur in August and September. All right, that's the financial outlook from now until the end of the year. It's almost like this had to happen. All right, unfortunately. I'll be back again with another reading soon. Bye for now.